Hey, teacups. It's your girl, Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, Schoolboy. Hey, Schoolboy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, the Bishop in the house. Hey,
Hey,
Bishop.
what's up?
Hey. And Plez will be joining us shortly. She's running along here. We have quite an interesting topic to discuss tonight.
Candy Crush side.
We have quite an interesting topic to discuss. All right, y'all. All right. First and foremost, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we spill on this channel. And while you're at it, press that like button. Those likes help us out so much. We appreciate it so much. All right. Why tonight Teacups on the agenda is Andy Cohen supposedly has a black lover and a sex tape. Let's get into it.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
All right, why don't we give our folks a little bit of time to gather and get in here, let the room fill up a little bit. We got a packed house so far, but, because we had a late start. Liz, thank you so much for that super chat. She says, I love my teacup fam. We love you too. We love you too. Hugs and kisses to you, lady. Thank you. So I had this topic on the agenda. And y'all know me. I dig deep. I don't play around when it comes to this tea game now, right? It's not going to be no stale tea or watered down tea. It's that hot piping tea. And I like my tea bags to steep. So let me go ahead and get started. I wanted to wait a little bit till the room filled up a little bit. Let me get some folks in here. Let's do a sound check. Let us know in the chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear Schoolboy?
Hey.
Can you hear Bishop?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, you had to come in smooth,
I like that black background. It's kind of militant. It's giving me All About the Benjamins vibes,
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. They eager for that tea now. They've been waiting all
They've been blowing the Twitter
They like,
up.
I need that tea.
I need that tea. So let me check on Plez real quick because I don't like starting without Plez. Let me see. Okay, she's having technical difficulties. So she's going to restart and come back in because she's having some technical. I'm going to go ahead and get started then. All right. Y'all want me to get started or should we wait for Plez? Give it a few more minutes. Why don't we give it a few more minutes? I've been waiting up. Monica, come off it. Yeah, child. All right. Well, no stale tea. In the meanwhile, while we wait for Plez, let me go ahead and upload some stuff here that I have. Okay. Take that off. We got some stuff. I got some screenshots to share. Oh my God. I got the mother load of screenshots. Goodness gracious.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. In the meanwhile, how was your day, Bishop? Did you have a good day?
Yeah, it was very restful, I should say.
Okay. You seem very calm, cool, and collected.
Yes.
Very calm, cool. And Schoolboy, I know we talked about it. You said you ready for the bed.
I probably meditate before I meditate before bed too, so I probably slide on in there. And then I gotta work 4 hours tomorrow on my regular job. So I'm out here grinding. We trying to get all the coins.
I see you leaving none behind. You coming for everybody. I see that.
No.
Yeah.
Ain't leaving nothing on the table.
He ain't leaving nothing. Not a penny. Not a penny.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I know the teacup's been waiting a long time, and Plez is having technical difficulties. She should be with us shortly. All right. So on December 30th, which was 9 days ago, I received an email titled Andy Cohen's Truth. This email was sent to several bloggers, and Layla Lynn and Storm Monroe have already reported their versions of the email just for transparency. Okay. Let me go ahead and read that email to you. Okay. It's on the screen. You can't see it because it's small, but I'll go ahead and read it. And it's from Everything Anonymous. That's the email. Everything to Anonymous to Everything at yahoo.com. That's the email. I'm going to put it out there for transparency. It says, I watched your video about Monique Samuels quitting the Housewives of Potomac and thought I should send you this message. I'm a Black woman who works for a network and I want to remain anonymous. This past Sunday, I had a friend who came into town and I went to visit her at the Manhattan at Times Square, which is a hotel. My friend and I were already in the elevator. The elevator stopped on the next floor. A young Black guy with a shiny bald head and a nice smile got in the elevator with an older white guy. They were holding each other's hands. The Black guy hurried up and removed his hand from the white guy, like he didn't want no one to see. The white guy had a mask on. The Black guy put his mask on when he walked in the elevator. When I was looking at the white guy, I was thinking to myself, that looks and sounds like Andy Cohen. I wasn't sure. As we all began to walk out the elevator, both guys were standing in front of the hotel. They took a picture with each other, and lo and behold, it was Andy Cohen. The Black guy he was with is supposedly his lover, Anthony Lofties. I remember that guy because he turned down a reality show because he refused to do a reality show that would want him to bash his ex-boyfriend that is also a celebrity. One time on Watch What Happens Live, Nene Leakes made a comment saying, you know, you like those brown men. No one thought much of it. I spoke to one of my colleagues. Let me just put this on mute real quick. Sorry, guys. Let me get back here. I spoke to one of my colleagues who works for Bravo Network and asked him about the rumors of Andy with some Black guy. He described the guy. He told me only one person said they seen Andy with the guy, and he allegedly paid the guy not to say anything because the guy wasn't ready to be in public with Andy. He went on and said, if anyone could shut Andy Cohen down, it would be that guy. There is allegedly a sex tape with Andy and him. They don't know if it's true or not. I agree. Andy treats the Black cast differently from the white cast. Certain questions he will not ask the white cast. Look at, I'm not going to mention his Instagram. You will see he has known Andy for almost 5 years. And go to his Facebook page and you will see a full video of them out in New York. I'm tired of networks producing shows, making Black people look horrible and not doing it to white people. Andy is a typical Karen. He brings Black people down. He brings Black people down, but he loves Big Black D. Please discuss this topic to show everyone the real Andy. This is the real interview that will prove Nene Leakes, Mariah Huq, and more from the show how they feel. Woo! Y'all. Okay, we're gonna add Plez to the chat. Hey, Plez.
Hey, y'all.
Goodness
Friday.
gracious. Yeah, that was a mouthful. That was a lot. That really was a lot. Yeah. Plez, did you hear the whole reading of the email?
I did.
Okay, sound off on that. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's shocking, but not shocking. It's really not surprising. The young, well, I don't know if it was, I think she said she was a lady, but the author of the email said it all in her last few sentences.
Mm-hmm.
We love to act like we don't like Black people and don't agree with them, can't relate to them. But behind closed doors, we have that jungle fever going on, that fetishism that has been running rampant since really the beginning of time. You always want to see and taste what that forbidden fruit is like. Um, and it wouldn't shock me actually if Andy decides to go public with this relationship, because a lot of people, when they get in trouble the way that he has, they like to come out and parade their Black friends and or lovers as an attempt to say, oh, look, I love Black people. But we all know that you can have relations with Black people and still have biased or racist actions. The slave masters was sneaking in the slave quarters after dark as well. They didn't release all the slaves once they got one pregnant. They just kept them and kept their own children in bondage. So Andy's no different. It reminds me of the young Catherine on Southern Charm. She got into trouble this summer with her monkey emoji, and now all of a sudden she has a Black boyfriend.
Coincidentally, huh? Yeah. Good point. Very good point. Schoolboy, your thoughts on this email, just the email alone. Let's focus on that because we got a lot to dive into, and I want to segment things. Let's focus on this email. What are your thoughts on this email?
I mean, I've seen it a lot in the LGBTQIA plus community. It happens a lot. You will see interracial couples, or it's the same connotation as in just regular relationships. Straight relationships. Whereas you parade your black boyfriend around, your Black girlfriend around, and then it's like the parents and everybody's uncomfortable. Because it's like, oh my God, you brought this home somebody Black. I mean, you couldn't find somebody white, and not everybody has that tokenist, idea of a relationship, but it does give off that vibe. Or you have ones that specifically do not date their own race at all. They specifically date, white, and or they specifically date Black. I think it's just a fetish. It typically, Black men have always been fetishized by white women and white men. If it's in the gay community, it's a fetish. But as long as you're with them or around them, you don't feel equal to them because they always gonna hold something over your head. I just find it odd that I think this dude knows that, and that's the reason why he's not going out and being so publicly free with Andy Cohen, because he know how Andy Cohen is. So there's a benefit, something for him. There's a benefit, which if they say allegedly that there's a tape there, then as long as I keep dangling the carrot over your head, you got to keep dealing with me or paying me or whatever is going on behind the scenes. It's not surprising because Andy gives you that vibe that that's the type of ish he does.
Right, he does. Plus, turn your volume up a little bit. I saw a few comments. I can hear you, but they were saying turn your volume up. I can hear you perfectly. I heard you well. No, I'm sorry, Schoolboy. Plus, you were fine. It was Schoolboy. Bishop, your thoughts on the email alone. What were your thoughts?
I give the whole thing as I've been hearing that rumor too that he likes the Black Johnson, and but he mistreats the Black women that makes him the money, which is very interesting because like, okay, you profiting off the women and getting all your money, and they're the lowest paying castmates out of the whole franchise, but in the same time you're using their men like they're disposable. So he's using the whole black community, and if you want to think about if you think about all together, he's using them as as his play toys. Like that's my kin, and that's my GI Joe. I play with them when I feel like it, and I put them down when I want to. So in a sense, in his mind, we're like commodities to him. You know what I mean? Especially for the black gay men, he look at them as as a sex toy. I don't want to use derogatory terms. And then you see the women as like dress up time and tea time. Let's sit tea together, because I found it kind of weird when I watched Married to Medicine, that second reunion. It looked like Alice in Wonderland, and I'm like, this looked like a whole kiddie setup. And he was just sitting there sipping it, and it's the same meme that he's always sipping it. And I'm like, he looked like it's like he just had all them women like a bunch of play dolls that he's sitting at the table with. And I could never get that image out of my head. Like it was a cool backdrop, but it was like, this looked like almost like these is his dollies, and he's having a good time with his dolls. And now that it's coming up, fast forward up to this time, I'm like, oh, that's symbolic. That's very esoteric how you see things and how it comes together.
Very well said. It sounds to me like Andy Cohen may have a fetish of some sorts, or some sick fantasy he's trying to fulfill. And, I've never thought about it that way, where you describe the women as his accessories, right? Mm-hmm. Especially Nene Leakes and her theatrics. And I love me some Nene Leakes, but that was his best BFF at one point, and he really used to encourage her. He was her cheerleader to her foolishness. He loved it until she served him no purpose, and the ratings started to decline, and they had to cut all these big salaries, and it was like, bye. All right, y'all. So initially, I brushed off the email as false. First of all, it's too long. When you send me emails like that, I read the title, I read the first 2 or 3 sentences, and I'm done. It's too much. I'm reading all day. So if you want to grab my attention, you want to spill some tea in the DMs or via email, keep it to 1 paragraph, short and sweet, get to the point, make the subject very salacious, and you got me glued in. But anything past 1 paragraph, I'm done. So initially I brushed it off. I thought it was false. I read it as a fairy tale. It just had so many details. And it was the week of New Year's Eve. My mind was focused on the holiday. I wasn't trying to entertain any messy tea. But now that I'm back on the job and diving deep into the tea for the teacups, you know how I do. I had to do my research. I saw Layla Lynn's video. I saw Storm Monroe's video, and I said, maybe there's something to this. Let me take a look. So I reached out directly to the source, Anthony Lofties. I spoke to him. That's why I had to move this live back, I guess, 40 or 50 minutes. And he had a lot to say. Let's start from the beginning, okay? And this is Anthony's version of events. Again, I haven't spoken to Andy Cohen. I reached out to him. I haven't got a response. According to Anthony, him and Andy met in 2016 while Anthony was purchasing a Steve Harvey book at a bookstore where Andy Cohen was conducting a book signing in Nashville. Okay, Anthony's from Nashville. Andy approached Anthony and grabbed his shoulders from behind, and this is quote unquote, like he wanted to do something. And then he started moaning in Anthony's ear. He made a moaning sound, like a sexual moaning sound, right? I mean, I asked him to describe the sound, but he didn't want to, because I want to know all the details, right? Anthony asked me to clarify this statement that was put out there. Andy did not grab his butt, okay? At that first meeting, they chatted and exchanged Instagram accounts and all that other stuff. Andy started sending Anthony flirty DMs. They started flirting in the DMs and that kind of stuff. It got kind of hot. Anthony sent me some photos that he has sent Andy Cohen in a DM of his Johnson. It's big. It's big. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It's big. I had to clutch my pearls. It was a bit much for me. Yeah, it was a bit much. Okay. Let's start. Okay, let's start. They've kept in touch between 2016 and current. You know, it was never in person for a while. It did end up being in person, but it wasn't in person for a while. It was just a lot of heavy flirtatious stuff in the DMs. Maybe I should stop there and get the panel's feedback. Schoolboy, your thoughts?
You had at the Johnson, like, so you just sending your Johnson all out, you know, like, so I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, so what, y'all was flirting a little bit and they said, oh, Johnson, you know, because I'm just saying, like, that's I mean, you know, that's a lot. So my thing is, you met him, he didn't grab your booty, but with y'all exchange in the, so I'm trying to wrap my mind about, like, you just met some random black man and you just gave him all your information, then all of a sudden y'all exchanging nudes on the internet. Like, this is wild.
I don't know if Andy sent him any nudes, but definitely Anthony sent Andy Cohen some nudes, and Andy was very impressed. He said, damn, bro, I had the DMs, and he was like, he couldn't wait. Immediately, it was like, so when, you know, coordinating the travel, right? But it goes down in the DM, schoolboy. This is what young people are doing.
I ain't doing that.
I'm not doing it either. But listen, this is what people are doing nowadays. Plez, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Well, you just took my thought, child. I was over here. I don't know if you saw me bobbing and dancing, baby, because your guy down in the DMs was going through my head on repeat. Y'all love once Instagram gave you this, and I don't know if you know, Monica. See, Anthony is out here telling his teeth, but in case y'all don't know, you can send a disappearing DM these days. So you know you don't have to worry about people going and showing your private pictures all over the place. You can send it to them, and as soon as they watch it, as soon as they open it, it disappears. But I am alarmed by him coming up behind him with his hands over his eyes and whispering in his ear with these moaning noises. That is lightweight predatory. I mean, how often does he do that to people? That is crazy to just, how do you even know the person is open to something like that? I mean, just a stranger? That's a little, and you're Andy Cohen. It's not like people don't know, unless he had on some type of mask or disguise. And if it was 2016, it wasn't the COVID times yet. So I'm sure he didn't have on a face mask. I don't know, but look, it's a wonder he hasn't been exposed prior to this. And I would just say, from a legal perspective, he should be careful, because in the age that we're in, you know, we're fresh off of the Me Too movement. I would not suggest running up on strangers, whispering and moaning in their ears, because you are opening yourself up to all types of attention-seeking lawsuits, sir. People will sue you just based on your name alone. But I'm here for the rest of the tea, Monica, child.
Yeah, you got a good point about that predatory behavior. And he goes to Fire Island a lot, which is a known, you know, gay hangout. So and they all walk around and have, you know, sex orgies. I don't know if that's just a trained behavior that he does all the time and he thinks he can do everywhere, you know, outside of Fire Island. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Bishop? Bishop, are you there? I think he's frozen.
I think it froze.
Oh, I thought, what are you writing on that board?
I kept looking, I was like, what's going on here?
It's like you writing the whole paragraph on that board today.
He's frozen. All right, so we are going to move on until Bishop can maybe pull him out of the stream and then bring him back in. That's just his internet. Yeah, I'll pull him out until he gets that together. Okay, so again, I spoke to Anthony directly, and this account is based on Anthony's version. You know, there's always three sides to every story, his side, and the truth, you know.
Right.
So I'm just giving you Anthony's version of what this email means exactly, okay? So according to Anthony, him and Andy remained friends throughout the years and talked online a lot. They did a lot of flirting. Andy told Anthony he was in an open relationship. I asked with whom, and he said Andy didn't mention. Teacups, you know, I'd be looking out for y'all. I got to find out, you know, who, you know, I want to know. Then in December 2020, Anthony came to New York City to direct 2 basketball players' documentaries. So that brings us to this email, which I want to dissect and break down, you know, various parts of this email. Some parts are true, some parts are false. Let's get into it. Okay, so fact number 1, okay? Email fact number 1. A young black guy with a shiny bald head and a nice smile got in the elevator with this older white guy. They were holding each other's hands. The black guy hurried up and removed his hand from the white guy like he didn't want no one to see. Okay, that is actually a fact. That happened, according to Anthony. At the Manhattan Hotel at Times Square, he did get on the elevator, released Andy Cohen's hand, and he doesn't want to be seen with Andy Cohen. Okay, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, fact number 2. Fact number 2. The white guy had on a mask. The black guy put his mask on when he walked on the elevator. When I was looking at the white guy, I was thinking to myself, that looks and sounds like Andy Cohen. Okay, let me put everybody in mute. That looks and sounds like Andy Cohen. I wasn't sure. As we all began to walk out the elevator, both guys were standing in front of the hotel. They took a picture with each other, and lo and behold, it was Andy Cohen. Okay. The black guy he was with is supposedly his lover, Anthony Lofties. I remembered that guy because he turned down a reality show because he refused to do a reality show that would bash his ex-boyfriend that's also a celebrity. Now, clearly, the person that wrote that email knows Anthony and knows things that Anthony has told Andy Cohen, because according to Anthony, he did tell Andy Cohen that, and that fact number 2 in that email is 100% true. It's 100% true. So yeah, we're going to get into some things, right? According to Anthony, he told me he wasn't ready because, and I quote, "I wasn't ready because I know it comes with a lot. I like being simple and low key. I've seen a lot of people whose lives are monetized for public opinion, and I didn't want to put myself in that situation." That's what he said. That's why he let go of Andy Cohen's hand, and he didn't want to, I guess, take it any further. Okay. Falsehood number 1. I'm gonna put it on the screen. This part of the email. One time on Watch What Happens Live, Nene Leakes made a comment saying, "You know you like those brown men." Now that's true. Nene Leakes did say that on Watch What Happens Live. No one thought much of it. I spoke to one of my colleagues who works for Bravo, the Bravo network, and asked him about the rumors of Andy with some black guy. He described the guy. He told me only one person said they seen Andy with the guy, and he allegedly paid the guy not to say anything because the guy wasn't ready to be in public with Andy. Now, according to Anthony, Andy Cohen has not paid him anything. He just does not want to be, go public with Andy Cohen on his own, because he's a professional man as well. He's into film production and he's a musician and that kind of thing. He works with children. He said he really just does not want to be out there. And he understands by officially, stepping out in public and holding Andy Cohen's hands, that comes with a lot. Andy was pushing it in December 2020. When we saw that reunion, Andy was pushing it. He wanted to be seen publicly holding a black man's hand. Let's sound off on that. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts?
Feels like he's been being used as a pawn, and Anthony was able to peep it and just said, like, look, I don't want to be used as a plaything or a toy that you bring out. This is not going to be a Jeffree Star situation. You're not going to, use me to clean up your mess that you have created. You need to fix it on your own. Yeah, you're a cool person, and I might like you and entertain all that, but I'm not willing to put myself in that pan of fire. Because to be honest, that would really make a lot of black people side eye. Not only Andy Cohen, but him too. And so he got to think about his own professional life and how he makes his money. Do I want to even put myself into a position that's going to mess with my bag because I'm fooling with you? And even though you've gotten yourself in this hot water with as far as the housewives stuff, how does that pull me in, and what does that make people start questioning me? Like, so are you here to clean up Andy Cohen's mess or kind of ease it? So I get exactly where he's coming from. I wouldn't want to have done that either. Plus, you're already a celebrity, so that already throws 10 on 20. You're already being seen in paparazzi, but then his situation that he has right now, that's even more, because it's like, oh, you using him to kind of relate to the black community. So I get where he's coming from. I would have backed up too.
Good points. Plez, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Andy Cohen pushing to be seen in public with this black man holding hands?
Well, it's like I said in my first comment, and I agree with Schoolboy. The timing of it is beyond convenient. Andy Cohen has been a public figure for at least the last 14 years, maybe since 07, maybe 08. And to my knowledge, I've never seen him publicized with any man. I know he's gay, but I've never seen any of his relationships be brought public. So if he's going to do this now, again, it just makes it look very convenient, very staged. Love is love, like is like, but the timing is always was suspect. And because he, for the most part, has been in the good graces of the audiences at Bravo, and all of the shows, he hasn't felt that need to show that personal side. But these last few years, I think he felt that he was slowly losing relevance. Even him going public, because you got to think about it. Most times people like him would stay private about a surrogate and a child and things like that. And so I don't know if it could just be him maturing and wanting to embrace a different side of his life, a family life. But I think it's strategic, and I think he's trying to show himself more personable, and in this instance, show that he's quote unquote not a racist.
Yeah, good points. Bishop, what do you think?
That guy'd be a fool if he continued this relationship with him. If you don't see by now he's being used as a pawn, I don't know what to think. But honestly, I don't know why he have not, got out or get out the situation and went on about his business even before all this stuff went down. But I don't honestly. I'm confused by the whole ordeal at this point. I'm just like, it's like what Player's saying. It's too convenient, the timing. And if you allow yourself to be used like that, I don't know. It just to me, it's everything looks fishy.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, the timing is off. But he's known him since 2016. But this whole fly into New York, December 2020, hold my hand, and you guys are just casual, screw buddies or whatever. It's just kind of odd. So falsehood number 2, the part about Anthony and Andy having a sex tape. According to Anthony, that's not true. Okay. Anthony told me that in December 2020, he came to New York City to direct 2 basketball players' documentaries and rendezvous with Andy Cohen. Andy came to Anthony's hotel, which was the Manhattan at Times Square, and Andy allegedly performed oral sex on Anthony. They kissed, they cuddled, and had intimacy without actual penetration. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put up the photo of these 2 outside of the hotel. Based on the email talks about, Andy and Anthony outside the hotel, and they're pulling their masks down and that kind of thing. So, yep. Good looking man, good looking brother. He's handsome. Andy looks good there too.
He is. Nice teeth.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. What are they saying in the chat? Oh. That man was a pawn and he don't see it, which is sad. Andy is trying to save his place at Bravo. Maybe, probably. It's looking like that.
Looks like a whole idiot.
I feel bad.
Maybe, since he's in TV production as well, maybe he can, twerk this to make it work for him. Who knows?
And y'all know, they was dancing the Monique song. I came to slay. They was just down for it.
At the hotel.
Trying to say, are you a recording artist? Yeah, right. You was dancing to that.
So he been rendezvousing with this man since 2016, and you never got no vibe that this man is clearly. Because I seen a comment, somebody said, "Oh, you can't be a fetishized and biased." Yes, you can. There's plenty of people that will sleep with black people, but they ain't going public with you.
No.
I know a lot of stories.
Yeah. I have friends that are a biracial couple, and the wife, she's black, she's a doctor, and the husband, he's a chef, and he's Caucasian, and he literally said that he didn't want his biracial children marrying a black man. So yeah, it happens, It happens.
Look, I don't know if y'all see the photos making the rounds, but the guy that was in one of the guys that was in the Capitol, that's the head of the Proud Boys Hawaii chapter, is married to a black lady, and they have a little biracial baby. So,
oh wow,
it don't matter,
right?
There's been a few wizards in that have been married to black women.
It's just it's amazing to me.
Right.
So after this email came out 2 days before New Year's Eve, and it was sent to numerous bloggers, right? A lot of us saw it. I ignored it. I thought it was fake. Anthony went to Andy Cohen, told him what was going on. Andy said, don't do anything. Don't react. Just leave it alone. Don't do anything. Anthony, he saw the emails. I have the DMs. I'll put them up on the screen in a little bit. Anthony basically said in the DMs, he named certain bloggers, X, Y, and Z, Andy Cohen, because Andy Cohen thought it was weird. He was like, really? Your bloggers are just following you out of the blue? And he's like, yeah, they're following me because of the email. The email with such detail just seemed too coincidental, and how we all got it. And of course, as a blogger, you get it. And some bloggers are going to react to it immediately, and others are going to let it simmer. First, Andy said, leave it alone. Don't do anything. Then he wanted to know the names of the bloggers. And he goes, oh, those are some heavy hitters. Okay, so maybe you should respond to them and say, no, we're not dating. Anthony kind of feels, I spoke to him, like I said, like it's a little bit of a setup. Schoolboy, your thoughts?
Ding, 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 ding. It was a setup. It was a setup because there's no way, like how conveniently all these heavy hitters, everybody get the same email. That's just, I mean, that's a real cute coincidental chain reaction. And then all of a sudden it starts coming out, and then he tells him, oh, well, don't say nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't say nothing. So you were gonna let this man just get ate up out here in these streets, and you wasn't gonna say nothing, and you was gonna sit back and play the Karen role, the Todd role, and you were gonna sit there and act like, oh, you don't know flies on the wall, because he liked to cut off his comments and he liked to cut off his DMs when he gets ate up out there in them streets. So you would have left that man just out there to fend for himself, and that's foul as hell. But Andy Cohen, I get it, because it's kind of like this. I wanted you to hold my hand. You wouldn't do it. That was supposed to help me kind of ease out of all the mess with the Potomac issue. And then, we got this other lawsuit going on, and it's piling up and piling up and piling up on us. And I needed a way to get out. You wouldn't help me out. And now here I am. And so, yeah, coincidentally, I mean, how we know that somebody that Andy Cohen knew personally didn't send that damn email? This just sounds like somebody set this up in perfect freaking timing. Somebody paid somebody to do this, because this sounds way too coincidental for me.
I agree 100%. Schoolboy, sound off.
Oh, you
mean Bishop?
Bishop?
I'm sorry, Bishop, sound off. Yes, I'm sorry, Bishop, sound off.
It's a setup, baby. That's pretty much what it is. It's like, bruh, get to the chopper, get out of here. Like you're a pond. You're there to like Porch said. So I was a pond. I was a pond. I was a pond. Yeah, do that. You were a pond. Let it go. Why all of a sudden he now want to hold your hand in public? Why all of a sudden now he want to be with you in public? Like, bruh, it don't take a rocket scientist to know what's going on. Like it's I don't know about these new people nowadays. I don't know him, so I can't speak on the guy too much. But he's coming more and more off like a ditz a little bit. Just a little bit, but it just I don't know. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. I'm confused.
We're gonna pray for you. We're gonna pray. Class, what are your thoughts on Andy Cohen's reaction? Like, don't say anything, don't respond, and he's like, listen, dude, they're saying I have a sex tape and I have a career to work to and a reputation to worry about. What are your thoughts?
Baby, Andy is out here producing and manufacturing his own lifetime story, baby. In Nene Leakes' words, he over there acting like a low down dirty monkey with a wig on. Andy, I think quarantine has really gotten to him. He is being beyond queenie and petty. Like, sir, you want to hold a man's hand. Then when it gets exposed, you want to tell him to deny. How you gonna deny your lover and your secretary working every day of the week? That man been on the payroll since 2016. You need to go on and let him out the box, Andy, or not. But don't keep playing with people's emotions. Playing with my emotions is like playing with my time, boo. Don't play with it. He over there stringing people along for his benefit, like Bishop said earlier. This is more entertainment for him.
Mm-hmm. Anthony told me he's been asking Andy repeatedly to clear things up, make a statement, say something, and Andy refuses to do it. He even unsent some of his DMs, but not before Anthony got a screenshot of it and sent it to me. It's a mess, y'all. It's a mess. Yeah.
It's just emotions taking me over. Caught up in sorrow.
Right.
Lost in...
Where's my mute button?
My bad.
You can't even sing a second of these songs. Yeah, we get. I mean, you got a nice voice, though. Ooh,
You do.
Bishop. Oh Lord,
Bishop, you better stop. Better stop. When you had him up in your DMs. Yeah, you
All right, y'all. We are going to bring. Okay. Well, before we bring anyone on, let me share some of these DMs with you. Y'all want to see the DMs?
Yes.
down in the DMs.
Okay. Can you read that?
Ew, he got 4
If
minutes.
not, I'll if you can't, can you see it? I'll read it. I'll read it for you. Give me
Oh,
one.
I was like, I can read it, girl.
Okay, you want to read it, Plaz? Go ahead and read it.
Oh, okay, yes. Andy Cohen says, "Hey, sexy boy, what's shaking?" Anthony says, "Nothing much, man. Just laying down. How are you? It was good seeing you today. Hope to see you again one day." Then he says, "OMG, Andy, your facial expressions are priceless." Laughing face emojis and some kind of picture that we can't see. Okay.
I'll pull it up. It was a picture of Andy laughing at the book signing. So this is DM number 2. Well, you can see the photo a little bit better. So let me go to DM number 3. Can you see that? Okay.
Anthony says, "I hope I didn't offend you when I told you that I would act like I don't know you if I seen you in public, or when I told you that I don't want to be out and about with you." Andy says, "You didn't. I get where you're coming from." Anthony says, "Hey man, I've been reached out." This was December the 30th. "Hey man, I've been reached out by a blogger saying an anonymous TV producer saying you and I are dating. I wanted to let you know so you don't think I'm going behind your back. Do I need to go and delete the pictures of you and I? But I'm sure with them being bloggers, they would just screenshot and then say I deleted the pictures. They asking, are we dating? Do I need to respond by saying no? How do I handle this, Andy?" He then says, "We're not dating. We just cool with each other. I don't want this to be turned into something it's not." Andy says, "Based on the pic you posted 7 hours ago, that is so weird. Makes no sense. Just don't respond. That is really weird." Hmm. 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 We're at the end of that one, Monica. See, I don't know about these DMs now, child.
I'll bring up the others in a little bit. And in the meanwhile, TLW, what are your thoughts? Sound off on Andy Cohen and this whole drama. It's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm good. First of all, good evening, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm sitting here in my pajamas, got my hair tied up and everything.
All right.
But
Hey, family.
how you doing, Monica?
Good.
But I'm really stuck because honestly, this is sounding like I'm like, oh, okay, because I live in Brooklyn and I'm somewhat in the circle and that scene, and I'm just it sounded like Anthony, like there's no there. You know what I mean? And I'm like a big old nothing burger because it's like Anthony's looking for a little bit of a come up. I'm really side-eyeing the whole thing. But um, from my recollection, I thought Andy was in a relationship with this light-skinned, racially ambiguous. He looked like he could be black. He looked like he could be Latino guy. That's helping him raise his son because he was at the baby shower. You can Google pictures of him and everything. Like he's in that relationship. So to see him, now with this, darker skinned black guy, I'm like, oh, did him and the other guy break up?
Well, according to Anthony, Andy Cohen told him he's in an open relationship. So
Oh.
right? He said we're in an open relationship. So.
And then while you guys were chatting, I did look at Anthony's what is it? His Instagram, and those are some skinny jeans, honey. You see him in them skinny jeans? Look like they painted on.
Oh.
How you doing?
Right. Well, yeah, he's a good-looking man. He's in great shape and he's fit. I've seen the Johnson. It's yeah. Yeah. I've seen it.
Well, Andy does like a good dick pic because well, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Well, anyway, he was on the Howard Stern show. A few years ago talking about how like the same very situation, book signing, a couple approached him, a man and a woman wanting to hook up, and the guy sent the pic. He talked about this on the Howard Stern show.
A question, is this a white people thing? Because I'm black and I don't get approached where I'm at.
It's a gay people. It's a gay people thing.
Okay.
It's a gay people
that must
thing.
be because I don't be on the scene like
Well,
that.
I'm so sorry. A gay male thing. A gay male thing.
Be, okay, yeah. Because lesbian is a little bit different than y'all. Y'all a little bit, yeah.
Now you stuck, schoolboy?
I just don't understand. How do people just come up to you and be like, oh, so you want to? So is it just? I mean, you just have casual conversation. Oh, hey, you want to go to the bathroom?
Well, it's casual conversation. Drinks are flying. Drinks are flying. Drinks are being had, and
y'all drink.
And then
I had to press people back up a couple times. Look, it ain't that kind of party.
Exactly, but and then we all got to kind of figure this. Andy is a man of the celebrity and stature. He makes money, and so if he's approaching you, oh my God, this white man with money, and you know how people eyes get big,
Right.
And then they start imagining where they can go, who they can meet, what they can get, because this is all about the come up now.
Probably uses it as a carrot as well. Too,
exactly.
Because he knows the leverage that he does have. So yeah, I can
exactly.
see him using that.
And I get to meet leaks, and I can meet Kenya Moore, and then I could go to this party, I can go to that party, and and he's paying for dinner, and I don't have to come out my pocket, and maybe he might buy me this, and I could get that. It's the same like how females do. Gay men are they be with it.
Y'all are super bold.
Where Portia at? Can we see
what the Portia said? Them legs kept getting wider and wider and wider.
Damn.
Shoot. Everybody, there are people are still celebrity obsessed, looking for that come up, and whatever I can get, and I'm gonna do my best to work the angle. But the DMs and everything, I'm just still like I'm waiting for something. You know what I mean? Like something, like okay, all right. What's going on? Okay, like
I don't know. It just seems this story seems really super convenient to come out around this time and everybody getting it at one time. It just sounds real fishy.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
Like I'm starting. We're gonna reserve, full decision making, until we see the rest of the DMs. But just from that little piece, Monica, I'm starting to question Mr. Anthony. It's starting to look like Anthony may have authored that email and sent it out to everybody, because those DMs were underwhelming, sir. He contacted you in 2016 and then didn't do it again until 2020. Well, I know you said some had been deleted.
Well, no, they've been talking. They've been online friends for those years, and they flirted a lot. There was a lot of conversation. He didn't send me everything. They spoke on the phone a lot, he said, too. They talked on the phone a lot. They were good friends. Andy would give him business advice. I'm pretty sure some, phone sex went down and that kind of thing. Listen, they were friends, but Andy's busy. He travels a lot. Travels a lot, and he's in a relationship.
And now he's a father. He's a
Right.
father now too.
Then he had COVID, so he was out of commission for a little bit. So yeah.
That nanny.
Because I'm still stuck. I'm like, why is Anthony chatting? Like, here you go chatting. Did something happen? Like what's going on?
He says the email that he's been approached by all these bloggers. He feels overwhelmed. He was very, very emotional on the phone. He was very upset. Worthy View says she's trying to figure out where the scandal is. Well, the scandal is we're trying to piece together a timeline. Like, this is all too coincidental. Andy Cohen is accused of, he's uninvited from the cookout. He's accused of being racist. We saw him being very, very, his microaggression manifests itself at that reunion. And then all of a sudden, December 22, here you are in a photo with this black man and this email that's saying you're in a relationship with him. So that's the scandal. We're on to you, Andy Cohen, and we're coming for you.
I'm waiting for him to pull a Candy. The lies, the lies, the lies.
See, I'm just trying to figure out, is it Andy orchestrating this, or is it Anthony pouncing on Andy's vulnerability?
It could be a little bit of both. I mean, because it's a convenience, it's a clout thing for Anthony would gain some clout with it.
There you go.
So then Andy, he would gain more of the backlash to me than the clout. Anthony would get the clout, but then at the same time, it's like, well, damn, what are both of y'all trying to get out of this? Because I'm trying to figure this out. If you've been dealing with this man back and forth since 2016, we are in 2020. It's 4 years later, sir. What is going on here? Because and then Andy was smart. I'll give him the kudos to this. You didn't do too much with the texting. You did a lot of talking. So unless you got a lot of unless the person recorded the voice conversations, it's voice conversations.
I think it was orchestrated by both of them. They're both getting a come up from this. We'll know who this guy is, and on top of that, Andy won't look like he's not biased or looked at as a racist person. I think they playing everybody.
Yeah,
just like this whole white
bloggers,
Democrats and Republicans playing everybody.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. That's my opinion.
Including the vloggers. I mean, they sent the email to all of us.
Because it's really funny. I saw this, like, you're covering it, and then I actually watched Layla Lynn's video, yesterday.
Did she speak to the guy? Did she actually get a lot of details from him about it? Or is this new content for you?
This is new content for me.
Okay, so it's an existing story, but it's new, fresh content you're getting here, right?
Yes,
I just want to be clear, because people are saying this is old news. It's not old news. No one spoke to him in this depth of detail that I have. So
I like to fall out when you say you spoke to him. I was like, oh.
Me too, Chad.
Yeah.
Can we get an exclusive interview?
I'm saying, Monica, how you be doing that?
I work. Listen, I work for y'all. I love my teacups, and I go above and beyond. I don't want to come to you with anything you heard yesterday or last week. I want to bring it to you fresh, a different perspective. And I like to go directly to the source. Directly to the source.
Child.
I mean, this is like mom. It's like, okay, Andy has been mum's the word. Then he gave that BS statement about Potomac. Now all of this mess is coming out. Who is the publicist, and who is it? Kris Jenner? Because the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. Who is helping him with this? Who is helping him with this? Because somebody is really trying to change his narrative about him, or is it the network
or muddy the water
him to do something that fixes his image to keep them from having to fire him? Because something ain't right.
TLW, thank you so much, honey, for joining us this evening. The backstage is going up. You can hang out backstage. I'll bring you back.
Okay, I'll be here.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring on. Hey, Pierre, you want to turn your camera on? I think something's wrong there. Okay. Hey, Maureen.
Oh God!
Hey.
Hi, guys. First of all, the bishop's silence was deafening, and hearing the dramatic reading of Plaz when we're used to her legal perspective was priceless. Today it's amazing. I feel that all this thing is very fishy because, and I feel like they're all in this together. First of all, they're not mutually exclusive, even if the relationship is real. Him being in a serious relationship with Anthony doesn't exclude the fact that he might be biased or racist. And I tell you that, like, men marry women, and sometimes domestic violence happens. So what does that mean? You know what I mean? So this is how I feel like everything can be true, but also everybody has a lot to gain. Andy has a lot to gain by just changing the narrative. And Anthony, he kept bringing up that he came to New York for work because he was producing documentaries. Is he plugging? I feel like he's throwing a plug here that he produces documentaries. Or it could have been both of them. They agreed, said, listen, I need this favor and I'm going to plug you. We're talking about the king of staged reality TV. We feel like every time a real housewife is trying to be real, she gets out. The moment she decides to be real and not play games and not to play with the narrative that they decided, she's out. So he's a genius in that aspect. We have to give it to him. This is why, like, you know, I've been a Bravoholic for years, but I feel like they're all in this together. It's like it's a win
Good
for all of
points.
them.
Yeah, something ain't clean in the buttermilk. I'll tell you. Just the timing
Yes,
the timing is bizarre, you know, and
the milk
it's
is rotten. Oh
to
gosh,
say the least. Yeah.
that's bad.
So
I
it's
can smell
curdling,
it from
child,
here.
curdling.
Curdle. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So curdle. He curdled. The milk.
Mhm.
Ew. Oh God, that's bad. My mind went to the butter. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like they're all in this together. I really do. He knows how to change the narrative, and it's not only that you're coming from for him. Like I feel like the backlash he got, he wasn't expecting it, and it's going to affect his pocket. It's going to affect his pocket, and Bravo is not doing as well as it used to because there's a lot of channels in competition. So you know, it's kind of like empires rise and fall. We're having our little emperor.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Maureen. Thank
Yeah.
you, my love, for calling in. We're gonna grab some other folks. Bye. Bye,
I
Maureen.
loved your dramatic reading, plus. Loved it.
Thank you.
All right, Honey T. Hey, child.
Girl, I
Hey,
like this, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just trying to get up here, okay? So y'all just bear with me. I'm pregnant, but I'm little
Oh, the
upset.
baby getting the tea too. That's come
Yeah,
on through.
but I got some. I'm gonna make it brief. I didn't like the reunion. I don't like Andy because Andy disrespected Nene when Nene was over there reading Kim, and Kim talking about you reaching, and then on top of that, what I did not like on Potomac is that one, they need to be firing the hairstylists. Okay, you know it's a lot. I'm gonna throw some shade. I don't care. It's a lot of people up there, wig tilted left, right, all types of direction, makeup. You know, Giselle walking around looking like she a catalog for JC Penney. It's just too much going on, you know. On top of that, you know, Andy up here wearing Burlington Coat Factory blazers, and he got the nerve to try to say he biased. I'm just at a point right now. The ratings are falling, just like you know, Catherine's selling wigs. You know, I'm just disbelief. You know, I'm just disturbed. You know, that reunion with all that yellow on. No offense, but Miss Candace looked like the song "Tie the Yellow Ribbon" by the oak tree. That came to mind. That came to mind when I saw that. First of all, anybody got time? And you know, I got my elders reading glasses on. When you come somewhere, come correct. Why you got on your prom dress from 98? What is going on? Why did they pick yellow? I mean, you got, oh goodness. If I want, can I say something about Miss Wendy and her 4 degrees? If you have so many closures from left to right to the middle, why your sister in the episode looked at rough and you was just on another side of the town? Why is a lot of closures going on? Can somebody explain to me how I done seen more closures than a relationship getting closed? I'm confused now. I'm just gonna is we gonna keep it real? Is we gonna keep it real? I mean, Miss Monica, I love you because you give the tea, the receipters to the rooter to the tutor. But
Thank you.
I got to bring the shade because if ain't nobody gonna talk about it, let's talk about it now. The child hair got a lot of closures. Now, I'm confused on the fact that how Robin got all this bankruptcy and you just got a ring. It take you that long. It's a lot of prayer requests, a lot of fasting that Jawan had to do to give you that. Like, did it have to take that long? You know, I'm just saying, like, I'm confused. You know, and then you got that. Can we talk about Katie and that wig that was toe up from the flow up? I wanted to go over there and stitch it myself. I really wanted to flat iron it, crispy it, bring that thing back to life because I was going to have a funeral for that wig. I couldn't believe that. That upset me. I'm a cosmetologist. Why would you come up there looking like that? You look like your hair done went everywhere, to Carmen San Diego, to Jerusalem, to Jordan, all types of places. And then you gonna sit here and try to talk about Ashley. Ashley got some good hair. It's like the lawyer up here in the right corner. She got some good hair. But if y'all got the nerve to come up here and try to tell somebody about themselves, look at you first. That's a reflection. And then Wendy up here with her 4 degrees. I'm confused. If you supposed to be a wonderful woman with degrees, why you ain't got the comprehension to get your sister hair together? Why is y'all up here looking crazy? Your hair looking dehydrated. It's just it's the clash of the titans. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it real. It's a battle of the oil sheen. It's the battle of some got to give. I mean, can we come together in a prayer group and get a petition and state the facts that if y'all gonna be on air, then y'all got all this money, but why y'all looking funny? I just want to know, how can we come together with this, Miss T? Can we come up together and just understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm at a point right now. I'm so serious. I'm at a point right now. I can't take it no more. If I see one more closure and messed up hair, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
Oh my goodness.
This is disrespectful. This is some disrespectful stuff. I have never seen hair so dehydrated with no oil sheen. We got so many Walmarts and Targets all over in Potomac. This is ridiculous. Y'all done went past there 3 or 4 times during this whole reunion. Ain't nobody got a can, a blue can, a pink, or something. I mean,
honey, it just exposed that they ain't got the money that they say they have. You know, the only person who can pay a real hairstylist is Miss Karen.
No, Miss Karen. Let me tell you something. What Miss Karen looked like. Her alter ego was the blue eagle from Sesame Street. I'm sorry to tell you. The nose will tell you, baby. I'm sorry to tell y'all. I look. If she out here making love to Mr. Old Man, and he out here, I'm in VA. I ain't nothing but 2 hours away from them people. I done seen more than y'all seen. Okay, I'm gonna give you the truth.
And I ain't gonna lie, she is right though. Robin should at least be able to afford out a pressing curl from the Dominican shop. That's $85.
Boy, child, you better stop your press. I saw most clips that she was sitting there talking about Jawan. Jawan was here. It was if a clip, if it was some scissors was there around them uneven bob you had. We won't be going through all this.
It looked like Skid Row.
Piece that she had in her head. What is going on?
Child.
I'm about to, look, Miss T. I love you.
I love you
your crew.
too.
I love Bishop. Bless you. But we need to have a petition now. I want to know, can we get one for some oil sheen, people getting themselves together, Candace crying the river again. If I see that 4 head again, that 5 head cry one more time.
Girl, I'm gonna put you in backstage. You're going backstage.
You got me over here crying.
Miss Monica, I have a question for you. I'm a YouTube creator. I'm an upcoming one. And I just want to know if you can give me some kind words of love, you know what I'm saying, since I'm coming into this world of the YouTube segment. Can you bless my heart for a second and I'll go backstage?
Well, I can definitely bless you. Listen, you got the talent. You got it, girl. You got the whole entire chat jumping and laughing. They love you. So listen, I don't even have to say much. You did it all yourself.
I was in tears.
I love you, Bishop. I love y'all. Like, I watch y'all every time. I have contractions, but y'all keep me laughing and stuff. And I love y'all.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm having my baby.
You got this, honey. You got it.
You got it.
You are talented, and you are going to take off and be successful. You don't even need. You don't need me.
Right.
You don't need me.
Exactly.
No, but I've been trying to debate because of this whole situation and the love that y'all have for one another. It's like family. So for you to bless me and say, look, go for it, you got it. I really do appreciate that, because networking and having somebody to say, look, you can go far. Y'all about to make me cry. Y'all make me so happy with that, for real.
You do, girl.
Girl, when you watch this playback and see all the love you got in the chat, your heart's gonna overflow. I mean, listen, you got this.
I was funny, but you had my stomach hurt.
I'm like this
Yeah,
all the time, y'all.
tears.
Look, like I said, for real though, like y'all don't know, I live not too far from Potomac. Seriously, and I see them every day, and they're. I could say I had an encounter with Candace. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I had an encounter with her.
Oh, what happened?
She was very disrespectful.
Without the cameras?
Without the camera, she was very disrespectful. A pregnant woman don't like people messing with their food. And so I was talking to the manager, and she bumped me and almost hit the table. Like, I'm pregnant right now. And I was disappointed. And my husband, he be praying and I don't be laying my hands on her, and I almost joked her tail up, you know what I'm saying? I almost had a real moment. So I told her, keep it trucking. Don't even say nothing else to me. And then she tried to do that barking stuff, and like she did with Monique, I almost got one of them. But like I said, I see her too many times. But that is true about Jamal. I'm gonna vouch for it. I've been at the church.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put you backstage, child.
Interview with her.
I can only take one. It's just too much.
I'm sorry, boo. But I'm just
exclusive
interview.
interview.
I've been at the church, and there's women are pregnant. That is, I'm confirming it. There's women that's pregnant, and my cousin is the minister of music director. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna put you backstage. You need to DM me on Instagram. We need to talk. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Bye, boo. Bye.
Ooh, her and the baby got the team. We need to.
And Candace about to start a fight with a pregnant woman.
With a pregnant woman? See,
do you put it past Candace?
No. And you know what? We was getting jumped. Me and Schoolboy was getting jumped on Twitter. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't know my clapbacks are vicious. Y'all might want to back up with y'all sensitive self.
I might be on that Tai Chi and all that centerness, but if it come out that Baltimore, it'll hit you. I'm trying to be nice.
Try Jesus, but please don't try me, because I lay.
Try Jesus. Not Bishop. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put the additional DMs on the screen for you to read, because your reading is just impeccable. I love it.
Okay, Andy says bloggers follow you and randomly emailed you. That makes no sense. Anthony says, okay. Andy says, or you can respond and say, no, we are not dating. I really don't understand that. Anthony says, long as you are okay with me saying, no, we are not dating, we are just cool people. Andy says, what bloggers? Do you know them? Maybe just don't respond. This makes zero sense to me. Uh, Anthony says the first one was he who shall not be named. The second was she who shall not be named. She sent me a message, but then unsent the messages. The third person is someone I do know, another who shall not be named. If he told me not to say anything, if the blogger isn't bigger than him. When I told him who the bloggers were, he said, oh, ish, they are big. Now he won't talk to me. Y'all, this won't versus won't really be messing people up, and it really bothers me. I'm sorry.
I know. I know.
Get that
That
grammar.
So
grammar
there go
too.
Andy Cohen. He continue, please.
Andy says, what bloggers? Do you know them?
Okay, wait a minute. That's the
Oh.
same one. Sorry.
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 Andy says, cool. I have work stuff till about 2. Then I'll hit you up. Anthony says, cool, man. Then the next few days, he's talking to himself. He says, sure. 797th Avenue, New York, New York, 10019, United States, 45 in 540. No. How long will it take you to get here? Cool. I'm hopping in the shower. Just got off. Just got out. Drying off now. Cool. The next day, he says, I enjoyed hanging with you too, man. We really have to chat outside of this app, man. So I guess this is where he says he was taking the DMs back because it seems like he's giving his hotel information
Mm-hmm.
and all of the stats of him getting ready.
Yeah.
Then he says, what time you film with CNN today? Andy says, noon. I'm with my kid until then. Anthony says, nice. I check out of my room at 11 a.m. They act like I couldn't get a late checkout. My flight isn't until 7 p.m. Then he says, you see the messages I get. You see why I said if I seen you in public, I would probably act like I don't know you. I think this is Andy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's somebody else.
You saw that?
Okay.
I have the unsent DMs. I'll pull those up after Levon. Hey, Levon, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
This is a mess. I definitely think that he did it. I am almost positive that he did it, that this is a true story. I think that boy is not the only one. I think that Andy Cohen probably has a concubine in every flavor, every con, all over the world, most likely. And how do I know that? Because I think he's nasty. And the thing is, you can be racist or you can be racially biased, let's say, and still date somebody that you look down on. A lot of people would go after certain races because they say, hey, this race is more submissive, or I want somebody spicy, or I want this, or I want that, and still be racist against them. So I definitely believe that he had a part in it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of celebrities, especially rich, powerful men like him, often date younger guys of different races because they want that sort of power. And just watching him, the way he acted with Monique and some of the other Black housewives, just goes to show you how he treats people of color. Very different from the other housewives. So it makes sense.
Points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good points. I totally agree with you. Like I told you, my own personal experience. Hanno, Schoolboy, Plez, what are your thoughts on Levon? You guys are on mute.
I love Levon. I love your personality. You came in tight with everything that you wanted to say. Your voice has a good command and presence. So I really like you.
Mm-hmm.
You're
a sharpshooter, man.
He was like shots fired. You just blowing it out there. But I
bam.
agree with you that he probably does have a flavor fetish thing. You know, that's Andy just
yeah.
look like he nasty. He look like he nasty.
And you know, and it makes Ray, what he said was correct. You know, with him and Michael Darby, how Michael Darby grabbed him, and then you know, and he said, who you act like Portia? Who said that? Who did what? And then Ray's like, can I say it? Well, it was you. He grabbed him behind. He's like, I don't remember. That's how out of it he is. You don't even remember when people groping him. So it's like it just touchy feely. And he was excited when he found out that that Australians did that. He's like, I need to go to Australia. And I'm like, just be randomly grabbing people. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want no case. I'm just saying.
Bishop, where he needs to go? Australia? He said, I need to go.
Yeah, that's what he said. Because you remember when Michael said they're too uptight out here in America. I thought you was more free and liberal. He said, where they do that at? He said in Australia. He said, I need to go visit Australia. I'm like, okay. They that free out there?
Sorry. But if you remember, Daniel, the one who was on New Jersey, when she was fired, she had a whole bunch to say about Andy Cohen. And one thing I remember her mentioning, she said, don't get me started about his grinder dates, more than one. She said that there was multiple and that it was crazy. So my imagination just says this man with money, probably just doing whatever he wants.
Andy probably does, like you said, he is Mr. Cohen if you're nasty in the backstage, allegedly. Because, like you said, guys with that level of affluence usually do love a good role play, love a good dom sub type
yes, Bishop. Yes, Bishop. Yes, Bishop.
Man, that
do a
goes
couple of
down.
lines in the bathroom, a couple of them lines in the bathroom, and then they go out and they do it.
It's the predatory behavior, though.
Yeah.
You know, slowly creeping up behind someone, moaning in their ears.
Moaning.
Well, the way you're describing it sounds like so Lifetime movie network.
Well, I mean, that's the way it was described to me. Putting your both hands on someone's shoulder from behind. I mean,
keep going, Monica.
It's so predatory. But this
thing is, how do you know somebody is actually gay and want you to be rubbing up on them like that? Because I know dudes that have approached dudes like that in the gym. Like, I'm in there lifting weights next to the steroid dudes, and a dude come up behind them and try to be, I've seen dudes get knocked out cold. So my thing is, how do you know that is somebody that's even interested in some stuff like that? But you grabbing on them, like, I don't care how suited and booted you is up here. That's a lot. That's.
But Anthony got a high booty and them tight jeans, so how you doing? Bang bang, baby.
I mean,
here come the judge.
That sounds very much like Harvey Weinstein to me. Very, like you said, Monica, very predatory behavior, and that's something where it's not even just sexual. It's more like a mental thing. Like, he wants to be able to have control over you. And you see the way he acts when you step out of line, out of control. Oh, Monique, your man don't got no money. Actually, he do. What? Right? He was like, wait, what? He was shocked. You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't believe it. So he wants to be, this powerful person. So why not go up to somebody and touch their shoulders, whether they like it or not? Because I'm Andy Cohen.
Well, in his mind, they're all jokes.
I'm pretty sure.
In his mind, they're all jokes to him in terms of their tax bracket. In his mind, he's richer than everyone in the room. He's the most powerful, and they need to bow down. When Monique said that little check, no,
that little check.
He had a heart attack.
Really messed with him, and he had his eyes, his claws set on Monique the whole night. He was very
Monica, he had a mouth stroke when she said that. He was like, how dare you?
He clutched her pearls. He's like,
can I get a fact check? Like, he was so embarrassed.
So listen, guys, we got breaking news. My Teacup affiliate, Terry Lynn, she's a researcher, and she's been sending me court documents all day. So we're going to be busy next week, by the way. Just listen, your cups are going to overflow it. Terry Lynn says he, Anthony, had a lawsuit. Also has another story similar to this about a gospel artist. I've sent you the emails. Why, thank you, Terry Lynn. Thank you so much. She's a Teacup affiliate, and she's been busy. She's on the job. Wow. Wow.
I told you, Anthony. I'm telling you, Anthony seems like he.
Well, I mean, there are some people who date multiple celebrities. That there are those kind of people who just go around pursuing celebrities.
Yeah. He said
And
in
for
the email,
Andy-
it said his ex was a celebrity, so he didn't want to talk about him. Yeah.
And for Andy to just randomly go up to Anthony like that and grab, there had to be some sort of nonverbal conversation going on, because it's like there had to been something.
No.
Some invitation given.
I disagree. I'm obviously a gay man, whatever. I do not like being touched.
Really?
I'm very monogamous.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm very monogamous, but like I was grabbed up in the club one time just by myself, and I was shocked. You know what I mean? I almost slapped the person. That does happen. You know what I mean? And
Yes, it does.
you have to be able to just push them off and say, like, I'm not with that or whatever, because some people think it's funny. Or some people think it's like sexy or whatever.
It's not, because just like Michael Darby, just because someone's gay doesn't mean they're down with you touching them unwarranted. So I agree with you.
It's not an open invitation.
No, Terry Lynn, thank you, darling. I appreciate you. She is fabulous.
You got people at the courthouse?
Oh, child, I do.
What?
I stay working all day.
She
Stay
said
working
that.
all day. Ugh, my Cash App be like, cha-ching. Yeah. Listen,
Get the coin. It never sleeps.
Well, it's not coming in. It's going out. I'm paying for the team down at the court, the clerks down at the courthouse, the researchers, everybody. It never comes. It comes in occasionally, but it's going out. Okay. I work for you guys. I work. This is a serious operation here. I take it very seriously. I try to do my research. And if I don't always get it right, and if something is wrong, I will definitely come and say, listen, something was, we made a mistake here. We need to correct it. For instance, on Monday, Marcella will be back Monday evening, 7 p.m. because she needs to update you guys on something involving Candace's house. So we'll talk about that, because we have more information. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Didn't Buffy say Buffy?
It's
Didn't
okay.
Buffy
So
say
we
she
still
just
gonna hold
should?
it down. We still gonna hold it down when they be trying
We
to
is.
gang. We got it.
We got you, delusional gang. Delusional gang. Y'all better be careful with me.
You know what I've learned? I used to always respond to people on Twitter, but in 2021,
you can't.
I'm done.
You can't.
Yeah, I'm done. Just love and positivity, just hearts and hugs you're getting from me. I can't do it no more. I can't.
You see me?
Yeah. Takes you off your game.
Schoolboy, you can't let that I'm not on Twitter, but both of y'all don't let none of that bother you. The irony is people get mad about
brushing my teeth unbothered this morning. I wasn't even tripping.
Right.
The irony is people getting mad about gossip and they come to a gossip blog.
Right. That's what I said.
Make it make sense. Yeah. Make it make sense. If you're against gossip, don't come over here.
And then you get mad and then talk about the person all bad. Well, you need therapy, because anytime you're looking at somebody you don't like, something is wrong with you.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's like Candace saying she being bullied on she being bullied on social media, but keep going back on social media to get bullied.
Absolutely.
Like you said, make it make sense.
You can block people. You can do all kinds of things. Stop playing the victim role. Cut your comments off or block the people. That's all you need to do, girl.
But there's a chip. There's a screw loose. There's a disconnect between what's going on around her. Right?
Elevator
sound judgment is out the window. She's not necessarily here with us on Earth. She's out of space. There's something going on. There's something going on.
And that's most millennials.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Y'all be calling the wrong generation. I'm
a millennial too.
Wait, is it generation X?
I'm a millennial.
But
generation
I'm a millennial too. They off. I'm sorry. I be trying to date folks in my age group.
Wait, whatever happened to generation X?
That ain't the millennial.
They bad with it though. They is.
That is not
TLW. I'm gonna put you in the backstage because I want to bring on Princess. Hey, Princess.
My dog.
Princess.
Princess, turn your volume down.
Hey, Princess.
Just turn your volume down a little bit because it's real loud and it reverberates.
Let me take you off the mic.
Yes, please. That would be better. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
Take your time, honey. Yeah, y'all. So listen, we have a full lineup next week. Oh, my goodness. We're going to be so busy, teacups. You know, Monday, RH. Yes, that's better. Monday, RHOA recap. Then Monday evening, we're also going to be coming back here with the Teacup affiliates, Ples, Bishop, Schoolboy, and we're spilling tea on Candace and RHOP. Tuesday, I have another RHOP exclusive on Candace that's big. It's huge. And we're going to be here for some time. So I'll put the kids to bed and all that other stuff. I'll let you know about Wednesday and Thursday, what's on the lineup. But listen, we're 2021, we're working. Hey, Princess.
Hey, you know, y'all get me in trouble with this stuff, this racial stuff, because y'all gonna make some folks mad at me, okay? For me, this goes a few ways, and we finna go to the altar with this one. First of all, let's do the history. No, let me not do the history. Let's do the Andy Cohen. He is who he is. He's still a rich white man. And I have been approached by many rich white men. And I know rich white men. And rich white men think that they could do whatever they want to do to anybody. Now, he's a gay rich white man. And the word on the street is that he's a slut. He's a slore. He's a whore. And he wants to do whatever he wants to do with anybody. And that he does do the grinders all the time. Okay. Now, there is the history of the white man. Let's be clear. I don't care how many white people you around and how many black people. What did I tell y'all the other day? I know too many white people that say, I got some black friends. That don't mean you're not racist. Back in the day, the massa slept with the black woman and they had some babies. We're going to say not what they called them, but the white men had no problem sleeping with the black woman and the bed wench, and they kept them one. So that does not mean we don't fantasize about having sex with black people. Now, since he's gay, it's the black man, and we all know the myth of the black man. He has the mandingo. So I wants to see mandingo, okay? And he wants to get his back blown out by any means necessary. So if it's good to you, it don't matter who it's coming from. It's still good, okay? So that's where he's at with it. Now, it's a trick to it. Like y'all said, this man, I am curious of you just friends or you just bed buddies or bumping buddies with Andy Cohen while he so freely decided to call Monica and air out.
Oh, girl, you stuck.
Justin, it was getting good.
It was getting so good. I'll put it back.
The devil's busy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
You fell out when you said Monica, and then it just stopped.
Okay, I switched over to Wi-Fi. He called Monica to air out all of Andy's business and all of their business. If you don't want to be in the streets, and this ain't even the first time I heard this story, so apparently somebody is airing out the business to everybody, okay? And he so freely called Monica and gave the word on the street and told everything. It's a trick to it, baby, and we gonna find out.
Yeah, we gonna get to the bottom of it. Absolutely. You ain't lying, Princess. You make some valid points. On to this whole thing. Listen. We might have been born at night, but not last night.
Not last night.
He wanted Monica to drop his name so he could get some more DMs. That's why he sent her those pictures so she could brag on what he was offering.
Well, in all honesty, he did ask me not to mention his name, but I said, because of transparency reasons, if I'm going to spill this tea, I got to mention your name.
Because he could be lying.
He could be. But
I believe him. To me, To me, it sounds like he's telling the truth.
I believe him too. I
Yeah.
actually do believe him. Yep. Yep, I do believe him. Princess, I'm gonna bring you out because it's a lot of movement and noise and stuff, honey. I'm gonna bring you out and bring you back in.
But what Princess was saying was that same thing I was saying is that there's a lot of fetishizing when it comes to other races. You know what I mean? Like for Black people, I guess it's the big D, whatever. For Spanish people, it's like they want the feisty attitude, and that does come a lot from, as she said it, rich white men who sort of think that they can afford the entire world. So I really wouldn't be surprised if he has a multitude of men of different races. Just saying. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Lavon, thank you for joining us tonight. You need to call in more often, please.
I will.
I love your commentary. I love your look. You're kind. You're always gracious, and you're super smart. I like you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I definitely will.
Are you a teacup? Are you a teacup?
Definitely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. I know
I'll be
that's
here.
right. Bye, honey. Bye. All right, I'm going to bring Miss Bernice on. Miss Bernice, please turn your volume all the way up. Yes.
Hey, Auntie Bernice.
Hey. I just want to get this off my chest. I am so happy Juan Dixon is not here to see this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I got that off my chest. Okay. I was having a bad day today. I was on the phone with unemployment, but listening to y'all, I feel a whole lot better. Okay. This is Andy has been a hoe for a long time, so this doesn't surprise me. Okay. Ludacris song, I got hoes in different area codes. That's Andy. So why, this doesn't surprise me with this coming out that he got a black lover. He got a black lover, he got a Chinese lover, he run the whole gambit. So, just this narrative that since he's in trouble with black people, now the black lover got to come out. If he was in trouble with Hispanic people, then Jesus would have had to come out. So this doesn't surprise me. This is not shocking. This is nothing new. He showed you who he is. This is who he is. He's an oversexed gay man. Okay, tell me something I didn't know. I'm sorry. I grew up around gay men. I've been working in education. I have worked around a lot of students who are gay, and I always say to every female, you got to have a gay friend. So when you bring that man home, you ask your friend, like, do you think he would? And they tell you he would, let him go out that door. With Candace, that's Candace. Okay, woo. This is just the same scenario like on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Mary, she need a new wig. Call girlfriend back and let her do Mary's wig over. Cause woo, my God. Cause Mary's upset that Jen is not inviting her to stuff, but you told Jen you don't like her and you consider her a thug. So why would I invite you to stuff at my house?
Miss Bernice, what are your thoughts on Andy Cohen and this black man, his secret black lover coming out coincidentally to coincide with the reunion, RHOP reunion?
It's all set up. They was gonna go back to Andy's. If they had to go back to Andy's school, the black boy he sat next to in the 3rd grade, they wouldn't went back that far to find somebody black that like Andy. So this is all a part of the story, because you can't tell me, Anthony. You said you've been working in the industry for years, so I know you know about Andy. So you playing like you don't know, doing like, oh, I don't know. What should I do? You telling on yourself, Thirsty.
Yeah.
You said you've been in the entertainment industry for a long, long time. You're not a young spring chicken. You're in the same age bracket as Andy is. So you can't tell me that you don't know about Andy. Everybody knows about Andy. So
right.
You're trying to run this facade like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Come on, boo. You're not 21. You way, way, way above 21.
So playing this innocent scenario, like I don't know nothing. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. And the truth will come into the light. So just give us time. All the truth gonna come out, and he gonna be looking crazy just like Andy.
Who said that?
Yeah, exactly. Who said that? And like the rioters who hit the Capitol, they wasn't there to do harm. They was there to get some milk and cookies. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, Miss Bernice, girl, you always tell it like it is, and you know I love me some Miss Bernice, child.
Okay, kiddos.
I don't
Love
play
all
about
y'all.
you, baby. I
All
don't play
right,
about you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Miss
All
Bernice
right,
don't
I'm gonna
play.
bring Levon back on because he was in the backstage, and I really like Levon, and I like Princess too. Princess, you still there?
Hey.
Hey,
Hold
one.
over. What you doing, girl?
You
on
muted,
mute.
Princess.
I'm here going back and forth with people in the chat. That's all.
Oh.
I'm at my house, folks, okay? And I am a professional driver with a CDL for over 15 years. I know what I'm doing around in here, okay? There you go. Have a good day.
All right, y'all. You got plans for tonight? What you doing in Chicago?
I'm gonna get rid of these children. I got a whole heap of teenage girls, so maybe I might do my Andy Cohen tonight. You never know.
Come on with it. Get you some
Lord,
Henny
no.
like Miss Marcella.
Yeah. I gotta make the call. You know, with the young man that I speak to, I gotta call him back to see if he will come into my
I
neighborhood.
love it. It's so proper. The young
Okay.
man.
The young man is gonna have a nice, decent time.
We have better than a decent time.
Leave your dignity at the door.
You about to get into some things. All right. Well, enjoy your Friday night. Ooh.
Princess,
Yes.
leave your purse and dignity at the door.
You better leave yours at the door.
Levon, what are your plans for tonight? What are you getting into? Are you getting into some things too?
I'm gonna be boring. Probably have a glass of wine and do some writing.
Oh, that's nice. It's not. That's relaxing. That's relaxing.
Yeah, it's virus. I can't do nothing. Can't go nowhere. I can't.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. That is so true. I'll probably. You know what? I recently got turned on to Amazon Prime, and they suckered me into the CBS Access, and this everything's on there.
Really?
Everything. Yeah. Yeah. Even though I'm a member of the Prime, you got to pay extra for the CBS Access. You know, it's always something. And it's good. I really, really like it. Schoolboy, what you getting into tonight?
Probably, you know, most of my followers waiting for me to comment on Ratchet, Love at the Lockup. See them felons. Then I might breeze on over to put a ring on it, depending on how I feel. Or if not, I may just meditate, call Bae, have her sing me to sleep, and I'm going night-night. Because I got to get up in the morning and get that over time.
Right. I know that's right. Yeah. Plus, any plans for tonight?
No, tonight is my little cheat night, girl. I went and got me some catfish from Zia's with some good old corn grits and collard greens.
Yes.
And I'm going to wash that down with some water. Had to keep that part healthy. And I'm gonna do like Schoolboy. I gotta mosey on over to On with this Put a Ring on a reunion and Ready to Love finale. And I love game shows, so I've been kikiing with y'all so much I missed the debut of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune last night. So I'm gonna watch that and Law and Order SVU.
Ooh, sounds like a plan. Ooh,
Why you didn't get your fish from Bassett House?
Girl,
you
know, I heard they was out of business. I do like to give to charity, but I don't know. I don't like kitchen chefs. I like where I know, you know, where I can go on the website and look at that code and make sure you pass that, you know, the State Department's tests. So I had to pass on that one. Zia's got an A last time, so I gotta go where I know my
money. You don't like
is
Instagram
good.
chefs. You're not into Instagram chefs.
Ooh,
You know, if you got an actual building, I'll give you a try. I love supporting my black businesses, but not out your kitchen. Mm-mm.
Oh Lord. Oh goodness gracious. What am I?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
gonna get a bottle of wine and the whole bottle. I need the whole bottle, y'all. Y'all done worked me today. I worked. You hear me all day.
we appreciate it.
Thank you. And
And we
go over
love you
some
for it.
emails. And I don't know. Should I come on tomorrow? I probably drop a pre-record video tomorrow for y'all. Because there's so much going on. There's so much tea to spill. And why not? Y'all deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Teacups deserve it. I think so. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap things up. Levon, again, do you have a channel, Levon?
Ish.
Hey.
Sorry?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's not very much developed, but I'm kind of starting it out ish.
Okay. Well, keep at it.
Yeah.
Guys, follow Levon.
Levon Gittins.
All right. Love y'all all. Schoolboy, how can they find you?
Well, I'm always on that Twitter with them fingers at school_boy. And then, of course, I'm on Instagram. Now, I be on Instagram, but I don't get like I get on Twitter because I can't do that over there. At school_boy_2021.
Les, how can they find you?
They can find me at scared_of_beautiful on Instagram and just scared of beautiful, no periods on YouTube. Content is coming.
Yes, can't wait. Princess, sweetheart, how can they find you, sis?
Well, I got a whole website and whatnot, but that Princess AV, if you look that up on Facebook or if you follow me, that's my Instagram name, Princess AV613. You can find my YouTube page, all that on there. Everything is tagged.
Sounds good. Bishop, how can they find you?
You can find me at The Bishop on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bishop Red Pill.
Sounds good. And y'all know you can find me here on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, bang that notification bell. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Teacups, thank you for tuning in tonight. I love you all. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat as usual and having my back. Let me tell y'all, let me just take a minute to say this. The Teacups are the best supporters out there on YouTube. They don't play about me. They don't play about Ples. They don't play about Schoolboy. They don't play about Bishop. And we have each other's back, right? I see the comments everywhere on different pages. I see it. I see y'all. And I just smile. I'm just so proud. Thank you. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app, thank you so much. We appreciate you keeping the lights on. Y'all stay safe and be blessed. I love y'all very much. And we'll be back live Monday. But just over the weekend, just come back for some pre-recorded videos. All right? Bye. Bye, y'all.